In Queen of Shadows, we are found headfirst into the chaos of Dorian's mind, where he's trapped under the Valg's control. It's a distressing start as he struggles with memory loss while everyone else remains oblivious to his predicament. Aelin strides back into Rifthold and finds Arobynn in a shady tavern. Arobynn drops the bomb. Aelin is locked up for treason and set to be executed in 3 days. He offers to help rescue Aelin if Aelin brings him a Valg creature, and also spills the beans on Chaol's whereabouts. Aelin tracks down Nesryn, who leads her to Chaol. They catch up on their ordeals with a mix of sympathy and blame for each other's mistakes. Chaol knows the secret to restoring magic, but frustratingly keeps it to himself, infuriating Aelin. They exchange the Eye of Elena necklace and an amethyst ring as tension simmers. Lysandra arrives at Aelin's apartment with a young girl, Evangeline, and a message from Arobynn about the rescue plan for Aelin. She also brings a letter from Wesley, revealing his death at Arobynn's hands for trying to stop the events that led to Aelin's imprisonment in Endovir. Chaol and Nesryn head to the Shadow Market for a secret meeting with castle guards, learning about the setup for the execution banquet. Aelin nearly blows their cover but manages to secure some favors from the guards for Aedion's rescue. Chaol pleads with Aelin to spare Dorian during her castle raid. They argue, and Aelin confronts him about his history with Nesryn, a tidbit she learned from Arobynn. Chaol finally shares the secret to restoring magic. Meanwhile, Dorian is in a dark place, barely remembering anything, including his name. He knows something sinister is trying to overtake his mind, and his resistance is waning. In the castle dungeons, Aedion, nursing an injury, hopes to die from infection before the execution, knowing it's a trap to lure Aelin. Dorian notices Aedion's condition and orders his wounds treated, making him presentable for execution day. Aelin infiltrates the castle with a troupe of dancers. In a dramatic finale, the dancers toss glass flowers that ignite black powder, setting the banquet hall ablaze. Amidst the chaos, Aelin frees Aedion, and they fight their way out. As they run through the gardens, Dorian appears. The demon inside him tries to kill Aelin, but her protective word marks shield her. She begs Dorian for a sign of his true self, but gets nothing. She goes to strike him down, but Nesryn deflects her sword, having been tipped off by Arobynn. Aelin and Aedion escape. They reach the pickup point and switch carriages with Lysandra, then Chaol, heading back to Aelin's apartment. Chaol confronts Aelin about nearly killing Dorian, leading to a heated argument where Chaol declares she's not his queen, and Lysandra learns Aelin's true identity. Aedion wakes up in Aelin's apartment, and the cousins have a heartfelt reunion, catching up on the tumultuous decade they've spent apart. They talk about Rowan, and Aelin learns Aedion idolizes him. Aedion worries Rowan might want to join her court, and fears losing his blood oath to Rowan. Aelin follows a Valg soldier into the sewer and watches him converse with a creature that emerges from the water. It looks like one of the creatures carved in the clock tower and speaks with the king's voice. Aelin takes Aedion to a bar for some fresh air, and on their way home, they find Rowan. They run towards each other and are overjoyed to be reunited. The men size each other up, acting territorial, but Aelin drags Rowan into her room, claiming he needs a bath. They catch up while he bathes. When they rejoin Aedion, Rowan asks about his father. Aedion doesn't know, but Rowan identifies his scent as Gavriel's, another legendary warrior. Rowan lets it slip that he's blood-sworn to Aelin, which infuriates Aedion, causing him to storm out. Rowan reveals he returned because Lorcan is nearby, probably sent by Maeve to find the word key. Aelin invites Rowan to sleep in her bed, just like in Wendlin. The next morning, Aelin makes breakfast and reconciles with Aedion, offering him the chance to swear the blood oath, too. Aelin sneaks out at night, with Lorcan following her. She lures him into a nest of Valg demons, leaving him for dead, but he escapes and catches up to her. They exchange threats until Rowan appears. Lorcan warns that Maeve has plans for their defeat. Lysandra arrives, and Rowan identifies her as a shapeshifter, shocking Aelin and Aedion. Lysandra reveals she's been stuck in her current form since magic disappeared, and that Arobynn will call in his favor tomorrow. Aelin and Rowan catch a Valg demon to take with them. Aelin, Rowan, and Aedion head to the keep, where Arobynn answers the door. Together, they take the demon to the dungeon. Only Aelin is allowed in the torture room, where the demon reveals how the king controls them. with a black stone ring, a cut, and a lick of blood. Arobynn slices off the demon's finger to get the ring and kills the demon. They join the rest of the group for a tense dinner, during which Arobynn observes the silent communication and close bond between Aelin and Rowan. Arobynn admits he knows Aelin has been sabotaging his investments all over town. Aelin strikes a deal. She'll stop if he hands over the amulet of Orinth, her family heirloom, and the third word key. Arobynn agrees. Then, acting like he's going to kiss her, he slyly slips the demon's ring on her finger, cuts her palm, and licks her blood, thinking he now controls her. Aelin plays along until they're away from his men. Turns out the ring was a fake she planted on the demon after taking the real one. Aelin and Rowan hide the real amulet under a loose floorboard. Aelin heads to the room. Rowan joins her, and when Aelin tries to get more intimate, he gently rebuffs her and leaves. Meanwhile, Lysandra, trusted completely by Arobynn, lies next to him as he sleeps. Word of Arobynn's death reaches Aelin, Rowan, and Adion, who head to the keep. It's awkward between Aelin and Rowan. Arobynn's top 3 men are in chaos. The banker arrives to read the will, revealing Arobynn left everything to Aelin. The 3 men ask to buy the house. Viewing Arobynn's body, Aelin confesses she switched the will. Aelin, Chaol, Adion, and Rowan follow a tip to the catacombs under the old Shadow Market, searching for Hellfire. They discover a temple made of bones and confessions, learning about the ultimate Valg demon, Rowan, hidden by the king in the Morath Mountains. They find and re-hide the Hellfire until it's needed to destroy the clock tower. Nesryn joins them with news from Morath. The king is building an army of dark soldiers, witches, and wyverns. Lorcan appears, holding a knife to Aelin's throat, demanding the third word key. He reveals Brannon's ring isn't just sentimental to Maeve, it grants immunity from the Valg's power. Lorcan proposes a trade, the word key for the ring. Rowan confesses his terror when he thought Lorcan would harm Aelin. They decide to wait until they're truly alone to be intimate. Evangeline arrives at the apartment with alarming news. The king kidnapped Lysandra because Arobynn's will mentioned her shapeshifter bloodline. Chaol and Nesryn bring more updates. The king is heading to Oakwald Forest to meet the leader of his wyvern cavalry.